This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we are into the connections, right? And we spoke in detail about live connections. Okay, so guys, and in today's session, I'll cover about import connections and also some kind of administration. Okay, so basically, SAP Analytics Cloud offers two types of connections. So first one is a live connection. You all know it's a virtual connection in nature. So no data loading, no data gets loaded into SAC in case of a live connection. So data will be read from the source. Okay. So it's like a live querying from the source at the runtime. So live connection is possible only with the warehousing systems where data models are already in place. Okay. So it's possible only with SAP warehousing systems like SAP BW, HANA, PPC, S4, DataSphere, etc. So we'll consume the data models there straight away. We'll go get the data models and get the data models into SAC for reporting. Right, the entire data modeling happens in your backend systems in case of a live connection. That's the first part. So guys, in most of the business intelligence projects, like most of the BI projects, right? So we majorly deal with live connections. Okay. So we majorly deal with live connections in most of the business intelligence projects. Okay. So where we use the data models available in our backend systems. Okay. So then we also got another type of connection called import connections or acquire connection. Guys, SAP Analytics Cloud has a repository. It has a repository means you can store the data within SAC. Okay, so with SAP HANA acting as its database. So HANA Cloud is our database here. Okay, so it has a repository with SAP HANA as a database. And in case of an acquire connection, okay, so so we physically load we connect with business applications, guys. In case of acquire connection, we connect with real applications. Okay, so like it can be SAP, non-SAP. To be honest, we can connect with any system in the universe using an import connection. Any system in the universe. Okay. It can be SAP applications like ECC, CRM, SRM, okay, Ariba, SuccessFactors, Concur, Fieldglass, okay, C4C, all the SAP's business applications can be connected okay, via import connection. Any business asset, any SAP business application like business by design, okay, or business fund, we can connect any SAP application via import connection. You can also connect some non-SAP applications like Google BigQuery, okay, Microsoft OneDrive, okay, NetSuite for CRM, Salesforce, okay. You also have a concept of SQL databases right, using which we can connect with
Satya, sorry
hundreds
to
of
interrupt you.
applications. Hmm?
Actually, voice is not clear. It's like a resound, some kind of resound.
It's happening for everyone.
Yes, Satya.
Yes.
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 Guys, can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now, Satya.
Hello. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Satya, it's clear now.
Guys, can you hear me? You all can hear me up?
Yes, Satya, I can hear you.
Yes, Satya, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's clear now.
Hey, you all can hear me now? Guys, can someone confirm, please?
Yes, Satya, I can hear you.
Yes, Satya, I can hear.
Okay. Okay. So here we go. So SAP Analytics Cloud offers import connection with wide range of SAP and non-SAP applications. So if I go into the details. So here you see, if I go create a new connection, you have two types, right? Live and acquire. In live data connection, you have only these 6 systems warehousing. In acquire data, you see, we can connect with SAP Business by Design. You know, I think you know Business by Design, right? This is like an ERP application, same like S4 HANA or ECC, but designs for small and micro cap industries. Okay, this is majorly designed for MSMEs. Okay, so small companies cannot afford S4 HANA, so they really go with Business by Design. Okay, guys, in one of the organization, it's a very small company. Okay, so they have Business by Design, and they also purchased SAP Analytics Cloud because SAC also comes at low cost, right? They purchased only 2 products. So they built their all business in this system. From this, we extracted data directly to SAC and build all the reporting on SAC. Okay. Then you see BW also, guys. You see in import connection with BW also. You see BW in live connection. You see BW in import connection. So what's the difference between BW in live connection and BW in import connection is, in case of live connection, will consume the BEX queries, your data models, or your composite providers. Means whatever the data model you have in the system, that will be consumed if it is a live connection. If it is an import connection, so you actually connect with the tables of this system. So generally, you know, whenever you create any object in BW system, okay, some real objects, some tables gets created, right? Yeah, people coming from BW background, they'll understand. If you're non-BW, you can ignore it. Whenever you create a DSO or an advanced DSO or an InfoCubes, okay, so you know the tables gets created, right? The active changelog tables. So if you want to get the data directly from those tables, connect with those tables directly, okay, or the PSA tables, connect with those tables directly and extract the data directly from the tables to SAC. So we make use of this system connection, acquire connection. But in general, you don't see acquire connection getting created from BW system, guys. It's very rare, very rare you see an acquire connection from BW or BW4 HANA. Okay, very rare. Okay, if it is BW, then most it's a live connection. In my experience, guys, I seen import connection with BW in only in one scenario. Only one scenario I seen an import connection with BW. So that was a very critical report, and the data volume is very huge. So live connection is taking some time because live connection has to hit your source and read the data from the source, right? Taking some time. Okay, and the business they're not willing to wait at all. So in that case, what we did was instead of connecting to that data model, we connected to the table, okay, of the data model, got the data directly from the table to SAC, staged in SAC, and built the data model and story within SAC. So that is like only one scenario, guys, in I see in BW. That is only for one report, one scenario, one report, where I see an import connection with BW. But in most of the cases, it's a live connection. So then you see some other business applications, right? Like C4C, Cloud for Customer Analytics, Concur, ERP. You see an SAP ERP connection using which you can connect with ECC, CRM, and SRM systems. Okay, you can connect with SAP Fieldglass, HANA. So you see HANA again in live and import connection. If you connect HANA in live, okay, we can consume the calculation views, the data models. If you connect via import connection, you get the data from tables. Okay, the SAP IBP, Integrated Business Planning. So this is a supply chain planning application. I'll speak about this in planning sessions. Okay. So and then we see S4 HANA. So again, guys, S4 HANA also you see in live and import connection. So what's the difference between S4 HANA in live and S4 HANA in import? Guys, if you connect with S4 HANA in live connection, you consume the data models of S4 HANA like your CDS views. You consume the CDS. Okay. If you connect with S4 HANA in import connection, you go hit the tables of S4 HANA system, business tables, and import the data from the tables. Okay. So I'll tell you very simple. So what's the difference between live and import connection? If a system is available both in live and import, see guys, S4 HANA in general you see S4 HANA getting connected to SAC in live and also in import. Okay, in planning you see a lot of import connections. If you connect S4 HANA in live with SAC, you consume the models, data models like your CDS views. Okay, and there is no data gets replicated to SAC. If any story if you user execute any story, it will hit your CDS. CDS will internally hit your table and read the data from the source system. It will read the data from the source system. Okay, so very simple. If you go with an import connection to SAC, guys, if you go with an import connection to SAC, okay, so if you have an import connection to SAC, you will actually connect your tables. To actually connect your database tables. And here, so data gets imported from the tables to this system. Okay, to import, we connect with database, the tables, and import the data from the tables. Okay, to SAC. So we have jobs run. Okay, so to import the data, we need to run the jobs, right? The jobs run, the data loading happens to SAC. So that's the difference between a live and an import connection from S4 HANA system. Right, same with HANA also. So you consume the calculation views if it is live connection and there is no data getting loaded to SAC. If you connect HANA with SAC and import connection, you will go hit the tables and read the data, load the data from tables. Okay, so clear? Makes sense. So generally, yeah, so we can connect with wide range of SAP and non-SAP applications. You see, guys, you can connect with SAP's business applications right away in import connection. Not only BW, HANA, you can connect with SAP's business applications like Business by Design, C4C, Concur, ERP, Fieldglass, IBP, S4 HANA, Success Factors. So these all are business applications, right? You can connect with business application. Okay, the way transaction data is actually present and import the data. Import, it's a physical import. Import the data physical into SAP Analytics Cloud and store the data within SAC. Okay. So you can also connect with some non-SAP applications like Google BigQuery, Google Drive, you see, OData services. Okay, Qualtrics, Salesforce, SQL databases. See guys, SQL databases is one connection. SQL databases is one connection using which we can connect with hundreds of applications. Okay, it's a simple ODBC connection. Guys, here you see you don't see any Oracle system. But imagine I have a data present in an Oracle system. I want to load data from Oracle system. So what you can do, you can simply make an SQL database with an Oracle. Okay. If you're not speaking, mute yourself, please. Okay. So if you're making, where am I? Yeah. So for suppose you want to connect with some kind of an Oracle system, you want to connect with some Pega systems. You really don't have any data here, any connection here, but still you can connect. Okay. How do you connect? You connect through the database. Connect that. So if any application you take will have its own database, right? You'll connect to the database and load the import the data directly from the database. Okay. Guys, if you have an adapter in place, like for Salesforce, you have an adapter so that you can connect with an application and get the data from the application. If you don't have a application connector like Salesforce or OData services or Google BigQuery, so these are application connectors. If you don't have an application connector, you can connect through database right away. You can also connect with Amazon S3, okay, Infusionsoft, so Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Microsoft OneDrive for Business, NetSuite CRM, SFTP, SharePoint. You can connect with n number of systems and get the data from any system in the universe. Okay, we can connect with SAP applications, non-SAP applications, files. You can connect with any system in the universe and extract the data from any system in the universe. Okay. Right. So that is how an import correction work basically. So you see, in case of an acquire connection, we physically load the data into SAP Analytics Cloud. Means we import the data and store the data within SAC. So we get the data into SAC. We do both data modeling and reporting in Analytics Cloud here. In case of an import connection, you see, SAC is used for both data modeling and reporting. So the reason is, okay, so you get the data, you build the data model within SAC and use the data model for reporting. Same guys, I already built some import models, right? Remember employee travel model, that's an import model because I connected with file and got the data from file and built the data model on the file, right? It's an import model. The employee HR salary model, that is an import model. So your file can be source, your source can be a file or a system, guys. So in this case, it's a file, so it's an import model only. So you got the data, we physically build the model within SAC, you store the data in SAC, and use the data model for reporting. And here, no dependency of the source system while executing the story, because as you are storing the data within SAC, as you are staging the data in SAC, so there is no source system dependency while executing the report. Even if your source system has new data, it will not be seen. If it is not loaded into SAC, it's not seen. Means I'll put this way, guys. For suppose you have a sales table, okay, from some system, from S4HANA system, you have a sales table. You loaded the data into SAC at 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So you execute a story, it will show only the data which was loaded till 8 a.m. So even your sales table might have new transactions, new records. If the data is not loaded into SAC, so that is not shown in the reporting. Okay. So generally what we do is we'll go for a periodic data loading, guys. Here, periodic data loading in the sense, so for suppose you loaded data today at 8 a.m. Okay, and you want to have the new transactions. What you do, you keep on loading the data again and again. Okay, from the same source. So we have an option of incremental data loads, means which we call it as delta loads. Okay, which will add new records into the system. Okay, so that's about an import connection. So we do both data modeling and reporting in imports connection.
Any limitation on staging data?
No limitation, man.
No limitation, right?
HANA Cloud is our database, right? So there is no limitation as such. Okay. So generally, right now, whenever you buy the product SAC, right now SAP is not giving any size limitations as of now. But going forward, they will go for size limitation for sure. Okay, you can use only 1 terabyte or like that. You want to use more space, you need to pay. The cloud is pay per use kind, right? How much you use to pay.
Okay.
That is how cloud works.
And in S4 HANA, we have the live connection as well as import connection, right? Both we can use, right, at the same time? I mean,
I can
we
use
can
both.
maintain two connections, right? Okay, okay.
Okay, so guys, in case of as I mentioned, right, in case of business intelligence, you see a lot of live connections models that were available in your warehousing systems. Okay, but in case of planning, okay, guys, in planning you don't see any live connection at all. You really don't see any live connections in the planning phase. Okay, it's all about import connections only. Reason is you need to get the data into SAC to do all the planning in SAC. Then we connect with S4 HANA systems, connect with factors. You connect with S4 HANA to get all your finance data and everything. You connect with success factors to get the HR data. If you want to do some supplier planning, also you'll get data from Concur. Sorry, Ariba. Okay. So you actually connect with business applications, get the data from the business applications. Majorly S4 HANA is our source in planning. S4 HANA is our biggest source because SAC planning is basically an FPA. It's a financial planning and analysis. And where you get the finance data, you get the finance data from S4 system, right? ERP. So you connect with S4 or ECC systems, extract the data, extract core finance or extract your if you're workforce planning, you extract your HR data from success factors from different applications. We extract the data into SAC, okay, for planning purpose and do all the planning in SAC, okay. And once the planning is completed, right, we export also. We import the data into SAC from S4, okay. Once the planning is completed, we export this data again back to S4 HANA system, okay, to some tables I'll discuss during planning and use them for group reporting. So then consolidation happen at group reporting. I think you heard this thing, group reporting. So this SAC plan data is reported to SAC to start the consolidation. Okay. So it's all about import connections in the planning stage. Planning, you really don't see any live connection. Right?
So that importing the data means it's a kind of loading, right? So how about the data volume performance perspective?
So data loading performance, we don't really speak, man, right? Your data load takes more time. That never gonna impact your reports, right?
Yeah. So while importing, so it will like consume a lot of means the data volume especially. So like packet wise, or is there some limitation for the data volume, or it will consume the whole data?
So that's okay. 2 terabytes. You know, HANA, it's simple, man. Here, don't from SAP standpoint, think from HANA standpoint. So HANA same, HANA data apply here.
Your voice is not audible.
Breaking, your voice is breaking, Satya.
Uh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's somewhat better. Yeah.
Yeah. So the point is, see here, data volume, data handling, data loading happens from HANA. So we have our own database, that is SAP HANA. So if you're speaking about data handling, so that is you will get all HANA parameters here about data handling. Okay, SAC is just an application running on HANA database. So you know, for HANA, a table can actually, it means whenever you get the data into SAC, and build the data model in SAC, right? A table gets created in your backend HANA database. Simple example I give. We extracted the data from file, right? An employee travel data from file of around 7,000, 8,000 records. Okay, and you built a data model. So whenever you build an employee travel model or a data model, a table gets created in the backend HANA database, HANA cloud system, which acts as a database, which gives the database services to SAC. Okay, and all the data, whatever you extracted, will be stored in that database table. Okay. So in general, for this table, the data limitation is 2 terabytes, guys. That's a simple HANA limitation. Whether it is S4 HANA system, native HANA system, a table can maximum accommodate 2 terabytes of records.
Okay.
Not 2 terabytes. I'm sorry. 2 billion records, I think. 2 billion or 4 billion, I'm not sure. 2 billion records, I think. Okay. And 2 terabytes of space, I think, one table. It's a very big thing, man. Very, very big thing. And that too, if for suppose you're crossing the 2 billion records or something, you can make some partitions. 4 partition table, one partition can handle 2 terabytes or 2 billion records, I think.
Okay.
So one partition. So you imagine there is no limitation as such to load only these many records in a data model. Okay, that is all HANA's parameters here. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay, and also the reporting performance, guys. This system is very, very quick, damn quick. Okay, because I already told you, right? So especially for SAC, the reporting performance comes from, for any system, for any reporting product, the reporting performance should come from the database. And in our case, it is SAP HANA, which is very, very quick in terms of reporting and analytics because of its columnar storage, right? You can pull data very, very easily, or you can read the data very. Guys, I worked on Oracle, I worked on HANA, lot many databases. When it comes to transactional database, I don't see HANA is super quick. But when it comes to reporting and analytics, other databases are very, very weak when compared to HANA. I think most of the SAP folks know that because of its columnar design. Okay, data reading is very, very easy. You want to go read about SAP columnar storage, how it gives you the performance, reporting performance. Even in live connection also, we get the reporting performance because of same. If you see all these live are on HANA. Data Sphere is by default on HANA, built on HANA. It cannot be built on any other system. S4 HANA is by default on HANA. Native HANA is on HANA. BW4 HANA, BW on HANA, they all are sit on HANA database. So if I ignore the classic BW system, okay, I think, see right now, guys, 90% of the systems are on the HANA database, or 90% of the BW systems are on HANA database only. Classic databases right now, I don't see. Okay, 2024, I don't see any organization using classic BW system. If they are using, then they are completely outdated. Okay, so most of you here also in live connection also, you see all your source are built on HANA framework only. So as these all sources are built on HANA framework, so you will get reporting performance in live connection, because in most of the cases HANA data in live connection, it queries the data from the SAP warehouses which are built on HANA data. In case of an import connection, it queries the data from SAC's database, which is again HANA. Okay, so there is no I work for a lot of organizations in SAC, right? I really don't see reporting performance is a big factor in SAC. I don't see some dashboards taking more time. We went for optimization. I never faced this kind of situation where we are asked to do some optimization on the reports to improve the performance. Okay, reporting performance was never a big challenge in any of the organization because of its HANA framework. Okay. So that is about your live and an import connection, guys. Okay. Any questions on the import? You see a lot of import connection in planning projects, especially if you're dealing with SAC planning. You see a lot of acquire connection. And you see a lot of live connections if you're doing with reporting on SAP warehouses. So you know what kind of data models can be consumed in live model. So guys, in SAC, we got two types of data models based on functionality, like BI model, analytic model, and planning model. Okay. So far I created employee travel model, right, which is an analytic model. HR employee salary model, those two are analytic models only. I'm yet to build a planning model. So we got two types of models based on connection. If it is live connection, live model. If it is acquire connection, import model. You see guys, whenever you build a data model, okay, you see two options. If it is a live connection, live data model. If it is an import connection, you have this option, import models. Okay. And two types of models based on structure, multi-measure model and account-based model. Here you see in import models, you have two types of models. One is new model type and another is classic account type. So I already created two models, right? Where I created employee travel model, which is a classic account model, and I use the option start with data. Okay. In HR employee salary model, I created as a new model type and start with data. Right? I used both new model option and account based option. Both cases I went with an option called start with data. Means if you don't have master data, guys, if you really don't have master data and you're getting data from files, we use the option start with data. If you're extracting data from external systems and you have some master data management to do, so we go with an empty model option. From now, all the models I'll build will be empty model options. I'll do master data management from now. Okay, the planning, I need to build some proper data models where I'll use the option empty option, start with empty model, first maintain the master data objects, and then you consume them into transaction data model. Right, these are like the types of data models we have in SAS. Any model you build, guys, any model you build is any one of these two. You see employee travel model I build is an analytic model. It is an import model because we imported data from file, and it is an account based model. Okay. The HR employee salary model, what we built is an analytic model again. It's an import model as we got data from file, but it's a multi-measure model. I created it as new model type. Simple difference. Okay. So this is about data modeling. So now I'll go into some concepts of ad here. Um, so how we connect with different on-premise and cloud applications with SAC. Okay, guys, just give me a moment, please. Just a minute. I'll be back in a minute and I'll start that administration topic. Okay, so guys, now let's go on to how we make some import and live connections. Okay, so guys, here you see, so generally, so we have two types of source systems, right? One is on-premise and second one is cloud. Okay, you can either make a live connection from cloud or on-premise application, and you can also make a live connection from import connection from cloud or on-premise. Import or live connections from either cloud or on-premise systems. Okay. So what kind of infrastructures we need to connect these on-prem and cloud applications with SAC via import connection or live connection? So guys, whatever I'm discussing now is kind of a big administration topic, and lot of SAC consultants who are really working on the system don't know these things. So if you feel uncomfortable, you can ignore this. You can straight away ignore this. Is not at all important because this is not expected in interviews or something. But if you really look into SAC at some kind of an architect level, you should understand these things. Okay. So if you're looking to get into SAC at some kind of an architect and you want to build it from the scratch, you should understand this. But if you're going at a basic level into SAC, you can simply ignore this topic. Okay. A lot of people has no understanding how these infrastructures work. So I'm just going to give you some, I'm just going to throw some light on this. I'm not going to build these infrastructures. Okay. So right, let's go ahead. So generally guys, if you have an on-premise system, so let's first focus on the import connection and then I'll switch on to the live connections. Okay. If you want to make an on-premise, if you want to connect any on-premise application with SAP Analytics Cloud via import connection, first thing you need is a cloud connector. Guys, to connect with any on-premise system with cloud application, I repeat, to connect any on-prem with cloud, we need a cloud connector. Okay, so we really need a cloud connector. Okay, so not only SAC guys, you want to load data from intranet. On-premise systems are called intranet applications. The way the entire storage happens within SAC, the entire presence in entire storage happens within the organization, right? Cloud applications are called internet applications because the entire data is stored outside the organizations in some public data centers, right? So they are called internet applications because the entire operation and storage is outside the organization. So if you're moving data from intranet to internet, so if you're moving data outside your organization, you need some kind of a cloud connector. You need some connector to connect any on-prem application with cloud. So in case of SAP Analytics Cloud, we use SAP's Cloud Connector, SAP Cloud Platform, Cloud Connector you see, right? So first that has to be installed. First this Cloud Connector has to be installed, okay, and configured. Then only you can connect SAC with these on-premise applications. Guys, whenever you purchase SAP Analytics Cloud, right? Whenever you purchase the product SAP Analytics Cloud, imagine your company don't have any cloud products, okay, and they have no understanding about cloud connectors. So then what SAP does is they will okay, so once you purchase this product, they will come, they will install the cloud connector. This is just downloaded from the software downloads page. They will install and they will configure the cloud connector for your organization. Okay, but if your company has a big BTP team, if they have a BTP team, okay, they have their own cloud administration team. So then this cloud admin team of the organization will do this configuration. It's not done by SAC consultant at all. Okay, don't worry. This is not done within the SAC system. It's an external software. Okay. Then for few to connect few applications, guys, we also need a cloud agent. Okay, SAP Analytics Cloud Agent. Okay, so that is like just like a plugin. This is more like a plugin, guys. It's a simple software where you download and just plug it up. Okay. So for few applications, we need a cloud agent. Guys, don't ask me what exactly a cloud agent do. It's basically a cloud administration topic. I don't want to go into those details. Okay. So to connect few applications along with Cloud Connector is mandatory, guys. To connect any system, Cloud Connector is mandatory. Okay, and to connect with some systems, we need Cloud Agent also. On some on-prem systems, we need cloud agent as well. Okay. So these are some things, some infrastructures we need to connect any on-prem application with SAC. You see? Okay, to connect your BPC Microsoft versions, I don't think companies are using BPC Microsoft versions, so you can ignore it. So you connect with SAP BW4 HANA, BW. You want to connect SAP ERP applications like ECC, CRM, SRM systems, or SAP HANA, Universe, SQL databases. We need Cloud Agent and Cloud Connector. Okay, if your source is OData service, okay, what is an OData? I'll cover. Okay, if your source is BPC NetWeaver version, IBP, or S4 HANA, so we simply make use of cloud. We need only a cloud connector. You don't really need a cloud agent here. Okay, for few applications, we need cloud connector and cloud agent, and for few applications like S4, IBP. IBP is available in both on-premise and cloud, but mostly IBP is a cloud system, guys. We don't have, I'm not seeing IBP as an on-premise anywhere. Okay, it is available in both versions, but mostly it is used in cloud. Okay, so if you connect with S4 HANA or OData services, then we really don't need a cloud agent. Cloud connector itself is enough. Okay, and these cloud agent and cloud connectors, guys, they just need to be installed and configured. So they will be installed and configured. If you don't have a cloud admin team, SAP team will do that activity for the organization. Okay, if your organization has your own cloud administration team or a BTP team, they will do this activity. Okay, very simple process. Just install from the SAP software's download page. Okay, and configure it. Okay, download and install. For cloud agent, you just download and install it. For cloud connector, you need to download, install, and then you need to configure which source systems also to be connected to SAC. You need to configure the sources also here. Here there is no configuration. Okay, so few systems we need some kind of a Java connector also. So that also I'll show. Okay, this is basically cloud administration work you need to do to connect this. These infrastructures are needed. Okay, and this is like done on the first day, guys. This is like day one activity. Once you purchase this product, these things will be installed and configured. Okay, so if it is a cloud system, guys, like if you're connecting any cloud system like SuccessFactors, Concur, Salesforce, OData, Fieldglass, C4C, Google Drive, Qualtrics, you don't need any connection, guys. You can straight away connect with SAC. Straight away, just go and connect with SAC and get the data into SAC. You don't need any prerequisite connections. If it is some kind of a third-party applications where there is no adapter in place, then you connect through open connectors. There are some open connectors using which we can import the data into SAC. Right, you don't need any infrastructures, especially if it is if your source is cloud. All right, any questions here?
Satya, this IAS and IPS, is this something comes here or it is a different thing here?
What is
Satya,
IPS? What is IPS?
no, this provisioning settings, no, this authentication services.
Oh, no,
When we
that
connect
doesn't
this with
fall under.
SuccessFactor, it doesn't fall under this SAC, right? It is a different.
That doesn't fall into SAC.
Okay, fine.
Man, in SAC you don't see any administration, man, and that too we never do a cloud administration. We are analysts, very honestly. If you're a SAC consultant, you're an analyst, and this I told you, right, this infrastructure maintenance you never do it, and you don't have you cannot do it. Okay, so if I just show, yeah, so for what systems, what configuration you need, you can see here. It is SAP BW system, you need cloud connector, cloud agent, and you need some kind of a Java connector, guys, which is again installed. Simple software. BW4 HANA also you need these things. SAP HANA you need. ERP, if you connect with EC systems, you need all the four. If it is S4, you need only a cloud connector. If it is IBP, you need only a cloud connector. If it is business objects, PI platform, cloud connector and cloud agent. If it is BPC, when no one is using Microsoft platform, you can ignore it. For NetWeaver, you need only cloud connectors. If it is SQL databases or file servers, you need cloud connector and cloud agent. If it is an OData service, you simply need a cloud connector. So cloud connector is mandatory to connect any on-premise application. For few systems, we need cloud agent, and for few, we need Java connectors as well. If it is cloud, you want to connect with some kind of a cloud applications like SuccessFactors, Fieldglass, Concur, Salesforce, Google Drive, Google BigQuery, you don't need anything, guys. For few external applications, we need an open connector. For these systems, we need some kind of an open connector. So this is also by default configured in SAC, so you can ignore that. So it's right away available. So this is about an import connection from on-premise and cloud. Okay. So then what about a live connection? I'll show you. I'll show the process also. How do we configure cloud connectors and cloud agents? Before I do that, let me show how a live connection work. Okay. Okay. What configurations what infrastructures we need in a live connection? Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Okay. So yes, here we go. So if you're connecting any live connections, so what infrastructure we need is, so guys, especially if you're making, see guys, right now this tunnel data source is right now removed, means no one is using it. And SAP is also planning to remove this tunnel connection from SAC. So I'm straight away ignoring this part, this component. You see my cursor moving there, the tunnel data source. Okay. So especially if you're making a live connections from on-premise applications like BW for HANA, native HANA, or if it is S4 HANA on-premise. Okay, so we make use of a CARS, guys. Okay, so we need CARS setup to be present before you make a live connection from on-premise to SAC. Okay, CARS stands for Cross Origin Resource Sharing. I repeat, CARS stands for Cross Origin Resource Sharing. It is basically a configuration done within the source system, guys. It is not an external infrastructure. First point, CARS is not an external infrastructure. CARS is not an external software. Okay, it is just a simple configuration which has to be done in your source system. Okay, so it is always done in your source box. Okay, it's a simple configuration which is done in your BW4 HANA systems. It runs through the T codes S4 HANA system or in your native HANA systems. Okay, and that is done by the basis team, guys, who will do this configuration. So we actually, there is some document, I'll give you the document. So we give the documents to the basis team. It has a step-by-step process to enable cars in a backend in the source system. So the basis team does this act. You're connecting the system for the first time. Connection is made only once, guys. Any system will be connected to SAC only once. You don't connect the system on a daily basis. Okay, connection is a one-time activity. Then loading data, consuming the live models is daily activity. Okay, and building new dashboards is, but connection is always one-time activity, right? So whenever you have a source, a new source system, for suppose I got a new HANA system. Okay, so I want to connect in, that's an on-premise system. I want to connect in live with SAP Analytics Cloud here. So in that case, first step what we do is we need to enable the cars. We need to configure or enable the cars configuration in your backend system. Okay, within the system, not an external software. So it is done by the respective admin teams, like you in general SAP has got basis teams, right? So they will enable the cars. If they don't have an idea how to cars, I'll give you some documentation, guys. We in general we give the documentation to basis. They follow the documentation and they enable the cars. Very simple process. So when you enable the cars, guys, okay, then we can read the data from the live connection. We need to read the data from the source system, right? Okay, cars and INA services. There are two things: cars and INA services. INA in the sense information access. Information access service is enabled. Then only we can read. Then only an external system can come and read data from these systems. First point is information access service has to be enabled in these source systems. If you enable information access, then only an external system can come and read the data from, because in case of live connection, SAC will read the data from source. Okay, for SAC to go and read the data from source, first information access service has to be enabled in the source. Okay, first we enable that service information access. Then we configure cars. So that what URL means what system can be reading the data from the yours from these systems. So we'll give the SAC URL here in the cars configuration so that only that URL can access the data from these systems. Okay, only that SAC system can access data. Okay, so that configuration is done in your backend. So nothing in SAC. This cars is configured in the backend. Okay, it's hardly 15-20 minutes process, guys, cars configuration. If it is cloud, if you have a cloud systems like HANA Cloud or S4 HANA Cloud or Data Warehouse, right now earlier it is Data Warehouse Cloud, now it is DataSphere. Now it's renamed as DataSphere. If it's DataSphere or S4 HANA Cloud or HANA Cloud or BTP, okay, so then you really do cars config directly connect through cloud platform. Okay, for live connection you don't really need a cars configuration on, right? If I just go show you for live connections, what configuration we need. If you have SAP HANA as an on-premise system and you're making it direct cars on tunnel connection. If your HANA is in cloud platform, you don't need a cars config. You can directly connect to cloud platforms. If your source is a HANA cloud, source it's HANA cloud, and you want direct connection, guys, wherever you see the direct cars, wherever you see direct connection, you need a cars. Means you're connecting directly without any platform or something. Cars configuring. For direct connection, you need cars. For cloud-based connection, cars. For S4 HANA on-premise, you need direct connection, cars.
Satya, your voice is
Cloud
breaking, Satya.
uh, fine. Happening for every.
Yes,
Satya, your
yes.
voice is breaking.
For me also. Yeah.
Guys, is it better now? Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Satya.
Yes, sir.
it's
Now it's
Yeah.
okay.
So if it is S4 HANA on-premise, you need cores, guys. If it is cloud edition, you don't need cores. Very simple, you have the process. If it is BW is not cloud, right? So if it is on-premise, direct connection, cores, tunnel connection, if it is BPC, you need cores.
Again, it's breaking, Satya.
Yeah.
Guys, is it better now by any chance?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you see, these are the configurations you needed. Okay. And if it is data sphere, guys, I told you, right? Data sphere and SAC, they are very strong connected. Okay. So you don't need any configuration to be needed to connect these systems, data sphere with SAC, right? Yeah. So one point to be noted, guys, if your source is on premise, okay, like BW, BPC, Universe, or HANA on premise, S4 HANA on premise, then we need uh, you need a cost to be configured. If it's a cloud edition, okay, HANA cloud editions, very simple process, guys. Cost configuration is not a big process. So this is how you make live connection. And then, so what system? See, guys, for import connection, we are not worried about the source system configuration because you are importing the data. How old your system is, we are fine. We don't have any issue. Guys, in acquire connection, we are not worried about the source system configurations or source system versions because you go hit its database and read the data, load the data from database to SAC. But in case of live connection, we will be integrating with that system, SAC, and we will be reading data from that system. So there should be some version supported. Okay. If your source is HANA, your HANA should be at least HANA 1.0 service pack 10 or higher. 1.0 service pack 10 or higher, or HANA 2.0. And right now, guys, most of the systems are HANA 2.0. Still using HANA 1.0. HANA 2.0 came into market in 2007. It's been 7 years, we got 2.0. So, and maximum companies are using 2.0. If they're using any HANA 1.0, like 8 or 9, first they need to upgrade to 10 or 11 or to 2.0 and then connect to analytics. So they need to first go for an upgrade before making a live connection. If it is BW, you see, if it is BW for HANA 1.0 service pack 8 plus, recommended upgrade BW for HANA 2.0 service pack 4 plus. 7.4 service pack 17 plus, recommended upgrade to 7.5 or 2.0. 7.5 service pack 10 plus. So your BW system is okay on the lower versions, guys. Then first they need to upgrade. Okay, first we need to upgrade the system and then connect in live with one of our 7.4 some basic version service package. First we upgrade it to 7.5 and then connected with. Then S4 HANA 7.51 service pack 2. So it's obviously available. If it is SAP Universe BI 4. Service pack to make a live connection configuration. For DataSphere, there is no configuration needed because DataSphere always be available on the latest version, right? No problem with this, right? So you have all the data. So this is more like an. So now we go on to how we see. So guys, this documents give you an understanding how do we configure cloud connectors and cloud agent. This is basically cloud administration. If you go at architect level, just go through this. Okay. So how do we install cloud connectors? Here you see guys, SAP Analytics Cloud. So first you should be in the system owner role. I told you, right? To manage all this, you should be connected with system owner roles. So there is only one user with system owner role. Okay, as it is not given to an SAC consultant. Forget system owner roles, because if you have system owner role, it is system also. So that owner role is always be with some high-end manager or director. Okay, and it will be transferred to you on that particular day. Okay. You see, SAP Analytics Cloud can be hosted on SAP or non-SAP data centers. I told you if your number is single digit, it's SAP data center. It is it is a 2-digit US 10. Here is 10. Non-SAP 10 AWS, 20 is Azure, 30 is GCP, like that. So go to system administration, data source configuration. I cannot do that, guys. This is a basic version. The system, you will see an administration, one more option here, administration. So there, the administration, you can go to the data source configuration, go to your BTP account, register in the BTP account, and then register your user in the BTP account, and you can start installing the cloud connector on from. You can install the from process to install the cloud connector on. Done by your BTP. Okay, not worried about. If your organization BTP, they will do it. Otherwise, SAP will do this. Free of accounts, everything configured there. Okay. So first step is install the cloud connector. Second step, install the cloud agent. For these systems, we need cloud agent also. So we install the cloud agent. So this is the step to install cloud agent. Download your SAP software and install it. That's it. Okay. Then third step, install the Java connector. Once your cloud connector is installed, cloud agent is installed, then go to software downloads page and install the Java connector. So 3 steps, just install cloud connector, cloud agent, and Java connector. They're simple downloads. Once they all are installed, then you configure the cloud connector. Okay. The cloud, this is how we configure the cloud connector. So you give all the regions, accounts, and everything. Okay. So in the cloud connector, guys, so whenever you have a new system, for suppose configured cloud connector, you want to connect one S4 HANA system via import connection. You want to connect some kind of an S4 HANA system. via an import connection. Okay, so then you need to access that cloud connector and give that backend system details in that cloud connector. In that there is a system edit system mapping, the cloud connector configuration. And there you need to give all your host name, port number of your backend SAP system, S/4HANA system. Okay, you want to connect some ERP system, to give that source details. So for every system, you need to edit the cloud connector configuration. Because cloud connector, cloud agents, and Java connectors, they are installed only once. They are simple softwares, they are downloaded, they are installed, that's it. After installation, every time you have a new system, guys, to be connected via on-premise, every time you have a new on-premise system, to edit the cloud connector configuration, go to the system mapping and add that new system in the system mapping. Then only that system, then the system can be connected to SAC via import connection. Okay, every time you have a new system, you need to edit the cloud connector configuration and add the system details there. Okay, that's it. This is the only thing you do. Cloud agent is installed once. There is no configuration in cloud agent. Cloud connect config. I think there is no configuration cloud agent and Java connect. There is configuring in cloud agent also. Then you configure the cloud agent. That's it. Add the location, set enable agent is on. That's it. Cloud connector and cloud agents. Cloud agent is installed and configured. Edit in every system tab. For Java connectors, there is no config. So these are the 5 steps, guys. 5 steps is first download and install cloud connector. Second step is download and install cloud agent. Third step is download and install Java connector. From the software, as you go to SAP software's download page, install them and just download them and install them. Once these are installed, then configure your cloud connector, where you need to give all the region, account details of SAC and everything. And you also need to give the source system detail. Okay, and you need to configure the cloud agent, where you set the location. That's it. 5 steps. The cloud connect on for cloud agent is 4th and 5th step. Once these all steps are done, so you can connect any system with SAC via import connection. Any on-premise system can be connected with SAC via import connection. Every time you have a new connection, new system, go to step 4 directly. Go to your cloud connector configuration and add that system details in that configuration. That's it. Every time you have new system, just add it there. Very simple process. Right, these are the prerequisites. We go for cloud connector and cloud. Okay, so this is all about a cloud administration. I all straight away say ignore, but any basic understanding, especially I see a lot of people come at maybe years of experience. So if you're going to the project or if you're going to an organization at an architect level, so these things are expected. So that is about an import connections, guys. How you connect on-premise import connection. So for cloud, okay, how do you configure cores? Okay, how do you configure cores? So I'm going to cover in the next, and then I'll start making live connections with the data sphere. Okay, right. I'll show you how.
Satya, your voice is not clear, Satya.